Hello, my sunflowers. How are you today? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic. I have allergies, so I'm a little under the weather, but I will do the best that I can. So I just wanted to drop a little bit of news you can lose or news you can use. But in this one, I'm twixt in between. So the first person I want to talk about is Umar Johnson, and about his daughter. I didn't want to deal with that at first because I know it's like she's rebelling. And in my opinion, a lot of that hostility comes from her mother, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that, because I too had a mom that was very hostile towards my dad, but they didn't see each other because I wasn't allowed to see him. And so she carried a lot of that hostility towards me. Now, it just seems like this young girl had problems because she's just saying that she's gay. She's coming out. She's gay. She doesn't do men. She's a virgin. She's venting. She's crying. And I think she's 22 years old, if I'm not mistaken. She's either 21, 22, or 23, but I think she's 22. She's in her early 20s. And it's such a travesty to see someone riddled like that with pain and suffering. However, Umar said that, I don't know if this is the daughter or what, but one of his daughters, if not this one, I don't know, is going to get married to another female. Now, as you all know, Umar has never shied against homosexuality. He's always not judged them, but I don't want to be a part of that. And so she wants him to take her down the aisle with this, and he says, no, I'm not doing it, and you are welcome in my house, but your wife is never welcome. Or that and he did say it. And if you marry, you got my consent. If you get my consent with a man, I will support you. But if you don't, I can't say I'm angry or disappointed. I just feel as though that we live in a culture where people throw their beliefs on you.
True.
And if someone doesn't like it, just like, here's a case in point. My mom is a Christian through and through. There is nothing I could say to her. There is nothing. She won't even look at my station for nothing, because it goes against everything that she was taught. So it's like I have to respect that. And we have to learn that we have to respect our decisions, and we have to respect those that respond to our decisions. We're not hurting anyone. She's not hurting me. She just doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to hear about it. She doesn't want to know nothing. And for that reason, I have to leave my mother behind spiritually, because she doesn't want what I want. And I think that this is the case here. You know, she was saying that her father gave money went to their mothers. My father gave nothing, absolutely nothing. And a lot of times, not all the time, a lot of times the mothers can set their children's teeth on edge by the way that they feel. In my case, I wasn't able to visit my father. I didn't even know him until I was 16. And when I was 16, I found out who my father was. I wasn't able to visit him. I had to still be angry with him for my mom. And it wasn't until my father was close to his grave that I began to have a relationship. I don't wish that on anyone. And yes, women can be salty. They can be, and they can take it out on their children. I am a victim of that. So when I think about Umar, I'm not taking up for him, but there are two sides to the story. And then lie in the middle is the truth. Yeah. So with that being said, I am so sorry that this had to be taken to, of course, the media to be able to vent and express your anger. I definitely don't think that this is a place for it. And I definitely think counseling, that's where you go. Well, that's my opinion on that. You have anything you want to say about Umar Johnson?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting story. And also at the same time, just hearing this about him, I don't want to say has maybe changed my view on him a little bit, but it has like tainted it a little bit.
But that's what the intention of the daughter was to do,
I know.
is to taint. And you should never, I know this is a hard pill to digest, but the Bible says to honor thy mother and thy father. Honor means respect. You don't have to like what they do, but you have to somehow show respect. I believe that. I believe that 100%.
Yeah, there was nothing respectful about that.
She's so sad, and my heart goes out to her.
Yeah, for real.
And Omar said that they could have been wives, but he said he didn't choose them. That's his choice.
Yeah.
And just like we always talk about, it's our choice, then it was your choice to have the baby.
Yeah.
I'm not judging anyone, but remember, the choices you make are the choices you take. What do you have to say? I'm not reading anybody. I'm just saying, look, I'm a victim. I stand in the middle, and I've learned to respect my mom, no matter what. No matter what. If my mom and I have a go at it, that's between her and me. It is not for me to come out on TV. Come out in the universe and blab my business. But that's the way I was raised. Everyone is raised differently. So with that being said, that leads me to Kanye.
Oh.
Baby Con, you want to start with that?
Okay, well, DJ Academics has finally released the interview with him and
we were waiting ever since last week, I believe it was.
Ever since last week. And honestly, there was nothing cut out of it. We got the full experience. Honestly, we got the Ye experience right along with DJ Academics. Would you like to say anything in particular about the?
I really listened to it like 3 or 4 times. And the only thing that I could make out of, because he's really talking industry talk, which I don't understand fully, but I did understand that he regrets having children with Kim.
He did say that.
He said that he knew that the first couple of months he was with her, married, I suppose. And that, what is the next one? That he really, really hates the Carters.
Yes.
And that he don't care about them. What else can I say?
That he feels like the industry has taken his family, and that's all he ever wanted was a family. And we know how Kanye hasn't been right since Donda passed away, his mom.
Right.
He also, how could we forget the glaring fact that Ye was wearing a black version of the
KKK.
Yeah, KKK basically. And he wore it as a way to say, if you guys, the industry is going to use the pain of, I presume, black people, then I'm going to wear and show off your pain, so that way you can see how it feels for us.
That's why he does. That's what I thought he said. I wear this Ku Klux Man because just like when you all taking advantage of us, using us, plotting us against ourselves, we can't see it. But I put this mask on, I'm mimicking you. And I'm always a reminder of what blacks went through. I know a lot of black people don't like it, don't hate it. Look, I'm just saying this. I can't understand a lot of the talk because I don't understand the industry. But I know from the very starts of their marriage, it wasn't right. And I think that he's still bitter because Beyonce and Jay-Z never showed up at his wedding. But from what I gather, Beyonce and Kim Kardashian are close. I've seen them at parties. So I don't know how close, but close. Close enough. Right. So he feels as though Kim trafficked his daughter. Do I feel so? In a way, yes. In a way, yes. Why? Because she dresses her way more mature, more vocative than need be. But that's Kim. This family was a nobody family. This family was like can I say it? And no offense. This family was a whole family because of Kim. And Kanye came in there and dressed them up, revamped Kim, gave her a new name, and he put them in a stratosphere. That's how I see it. And now you're going to say you regret. It's too late. You want to look at your children as Black. Unfortunately, your children are as mixed as I am, whether you want to admit it or not. No matter how much melanin in your skin, your children are mixed kids. Okay. No matter how much, you may say, I don't want to say I'm mixed. I'm mixed.
Yeah.
They're mixed. And no matter how much you try to blot it out, it is what it is. And you should have thought about that. I think it's not a nice thing to say that you regret having kids by her, because your children are going to hear that. Yes. I don't know, but for me to hear you say something like that, if my dad said, I regret having you by your mother, that would hurt my feelings. Even if I agree, that would hurt my feelings. I think he's just venting, and because he can, because he have money, and because he's not beholden to anyone. So it's not illegal. He is free to say whatever he said, even when it comes down to saying the Carter kids are RE. If they are, they never came out and said it's a lie. You can't sue them unless it's a lie. They never said it's a lie. Nope. So he could say what he wants, and that is the power of speech. So I don't want to quiet him, because if I quiet him, I have to quiet me. I have to quiet you. I have to quiet you. That is the power of speech. Yes. And now we want to get in and say what you can say and what you cannot say. We don't want to do that, because we all want the freedom to speak. Yes. He said, I earned it. I got my money. I got the right to say what I want to say. He's not hurting anyone. No. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names never hurt you. Hurt your feelings. Hurt your spirit. Maybe hurt your soul even, but it doesn't leave a physical mark. And for that, I can't judge him for speaking his truth. I don't fully understand it. Not that it isn't, because there's a lot of commentators that fully understand it. I don't, because it's talking industry, and I'm not a part of it, so I don't understand. I do know that he has a problem with not like us, Kendrick Lamar. And when I see Kendrick Lamar, I see an old Kanye to me.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
An old Kanye. And the difference is Kendrick Lamar is a grown man. He's 37 years old, I believe. And so therefore he's been through it. He understands it. And I think he can handle the weight of the pressure of fame, where Kanye was at it very early.
That is true. Yes, he is 37.
Now, whether or not Kanye, I don't think he's crazy. I don't. I told you what I think. I think that he is a severe narcissist. I do. And I also feel, could he be a little bipolar? I don't know what that is. Right. But I can say he does seem like he have a mood disorder. But I'm not a doctor. That's all I can say. But I don't think it's wrong for calling someone a narcissist. No. I don't think that is wrong. I think he's an extreme narcissist. I do believe that some of the things he say, he's on point. And then there are some of the things he says he's in the sixth dimension. I don't fully understand that. And that's all I could say about that. But you can't judge, you can only not listen, but to try to shut him down, shut him up, lock him up because of the things he say out of his mouth. Remember, we are commentators also. Yes. And we wouldn't want anybody to shut us up. If we don't like what he says, then we don't listen, And my thing is, if you're going to talk about him, fine, don't scratch out the picture.
True.
If you're going to talk about it, that K's outfit only hold the power that I give it. I don't give it any power at all.
No,
I don't give it any power. I don't. And I feel strongly about that. And I feel my ancestors don't give that any power. That what used to scare me. That don't scare us anymore. That's where I stand with that. Is there anything else?
Other than that, you talked about a very good portion of the video. Some of the things that I would just like to highlight in the video, just not really talking about what Kanye was talking about, but just the fact, well, actually a little bit. He did say that he had to rush this interview with academics because his life was apparently on the line and he had to get to Japan.
Frankly, I don't believe that. You could, but I don't. I felt like he was just in a mood and ready to go.
Oh, okay.
That's what I felt.
Okay.
He didn't appear like a man that was scared. He just appeared like a man, like, I'm ready to get up out of here. You know,
he left as soon as it was over.
And I think that DJ Academics, in my opinion, was shocked that he didn't have no bodyguards or anything.
Yes, that is true. It was a solo Kanye.
And that's one of the things that North always say. It's not a lot of bodyguards. I eat what we want. You know, we cook. And those are the things that, you know, I see. However, is it safe for Kanye? I don't know. But Kanye said this in statement. I hope I don't botch it up. But baby Crone, if you can find that clip, could you play it?
Like, even with the situation with kids, I hear you speak about that a lot. Like, nobody really spoke up on your behalf. Yeah. But even when you speak about Kim, people might be like, well, you picked her. Like, you put yourself in that.
Absolutely, I did. That was my fault.
Maybe they're saying that you don't take accountability.
No, that was my fault. I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan.
And that was that he said, mark it where you know where to put it. He said that he's free to speak, whatever he's free to speak, and he'll die for it. I'll die. Like, I'll die a death before I be quiet. Mm-hmm. You'll play it so they could hear that. And so with that being said, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
That was our little news you could use or news you could lose. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was actually these two stories packed a punch, honestly.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, sometimes I like to wait. I don't like to jump on things all the time. It's not a good idea. I had a couple of days to think about it ever since last week. Umar, I've been seeing it, and my heart goes out to his daughter because I hope she finds whatever she's looking for. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you enjoyed this news you could lose.
Yeah.
I hope it brought you up to speed to what's going on in the world around us. And with that, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It is so much needed. And with that, you know we love you. Sunflowers.